ain't nothing like a funky beat.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish at the Disco, your favorite album reviewing podcast. As always, I'm joined by Tanner.
That's right, everyone. Konnichiwa.
I think he says that every time I pick a Japanese album, which is every album. And of course, we also have Tanichi.
Oh my god, Konnichiwa as well.
And this should be obvious because I'm the host every single episode, but I'm Jackson. And this week, and by week I mean this episode, we are reviewing the 2018 album Metori by artist Diao Zong. A bit of preamble about this artist. He is primarily known as RD Sounds. This is just his group specifically for making like Toho arrangements. Toho being a long-running series of bullet hell games, and it's insanely popular. I'm sure you guys have heard of the concept of Toho, even if you don't know anything about it. It basically pioneered the bullet hell genre, and people love making arrangements of these songs. The main guy, Zun, has produced an insane catalog of music that's incredibly iconic. You guys know, like Bad Apple and shit like that. People love making, arrangements of them, and this band is exclusively here to make arrangements of Toho songs. So all of these songs are Toho song arrangements, TLDR. Don't fucking ask me what any of them actually are in, like, relation to Toho. I don't fucking know. I just like the music, and it doesn't really go much deeper than that. This is a Japanese album, unsurprisingly. I don't really know the fucking genre you would define it necessarily as, and you maybe would understand me saying that now that you guys have listened to it.
I was going to say, with most of these, I was thinking to myself, man, this sounds like video game music.
Video game music?
Yeah.
You cut out the second you said that. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because it is from video games. It's just, arrangements.
Crazy.
Anywho,
It's hot.
Let's start with Tanner here. What did you think overall about this album?
I wasn't really a big fan for most of this album. It was really just kind of whatever to me. It didn't particularly stand out in any given way. And a lot of these songs, I just felt like they didn't do enough within the song to really grab my interest. And so I ended up being pretty low on this one throughout.
This is completely unsurprising to me. I'm not shocked by this at all. Were there like any songs really? I mean, we're not going to go into that section yet, but it was like, there anything for you in this album at all, or did you generally not give a fuck about anything here?
There was one song that I liked quite a bit.
Okay. Well, anyways, I guess let's just scooch over to Tanichi here. What did you think overall about Metori?
So, I think Metori is the Japanese Michael Jackson. No. Yeah, I just wanted to see the look on his face. I was
like, you are smoking crack right now, buddy.
Dude, he looked like he was ready to leave. So, I like this album. I liked it a lot more than I thought. I really like the slow songs in this album. I do agree it did have some like video game sounding tracks. I think me and Jackson listened to it one time, and I directly called the first track out. Like, it sounds like Mega Man music, and I really like that because I feel like that's a style of music you get right or get really wrong. And I feel like more times than not, this album gets it right.
Cool, I'm glad you liked it. You guys keep bringing up the video game music thing, and this is going to sound retarded from me, given this is genuinely arrangements from video game songs. But I feel like all of these songs stand out very much on their own. They don't feel like they're part of like an OST. And granted, that is what a lot of video game music is. They can't just be totally separate songs. They don't have any specific relation to video games. So maybe I just don't know exactly what like the line is there in my head. This just sounds like music. My brain doesn't immediately jump to associating it with like a video game soundtrack in any regard. This also isn't necessarily, this is arrangements of those video game soundtracks to, be an actual song and not just like some fucking looping soundtrack or whatever. But overall, I unsurprisingly quite like this album, given I picked it. I think it has some really interesting and dynamic sounds for the most part. It's got a lot of instruments that I haven't really heard in many other albums, so I can appreciate. Lots of fucking clicking and clacking with, they got biwas in there, all sorts of stuff. It makes it for a very engaging instrumental listening experience just from that side of it alone, just because it's just very unique feeling, at least for me. And the vocal performances are pretty solid overall too, I would say. Yeah, I don't have a crazy amount of overall thoughts, I suppose. I just like the album. I think it's good. I think most of these songs land pretty highly for me. I actually have like half of this album liked. And what sucks about this artist is that he's kind of one of the guys that has albums where it's like one banger and then the rest of the album's kind of whatever. And I feel like that's what a lot of his albums feel like for me. This one, not so much though. Maybe that's just because I've listened to it so many goddamn times that I kind of just like force myself to like these songs just because of exposure. But yeah, there's definitely some standout tracks for me in this, which is funny too because my standout tracks are not the ones that are popular. There's like two big ones. I don't know what the likes or views are like on Spotify. I'm just looking at YouTube here, but there's two tracks in this album that have like any amount of views, that being Torio and Saito no Hitomi. Those ones have like 6-digit view counts and everything else is like 5 and 4-digit view counts. This is not a very popular album. And this actually did also have lyrics, but I was like, you guys are gonna fucking read them. I didn't read them, so I didn't go and like paste them anywhere. I don't imagine they matter a crazy amount though. There isn't like a continuous story going on throughout this album. It's just a subsection of tracks. And frankly, I don't even know if they're like related to like a specific game or something. I don't know how he arranges these albums. I don't know. I just think the production's solid. I like the instruments. I like the vocal performances. It's just an interesting album.
I agree. I think it's very interesting.
Well, just like Transmissions, we're not 6 minutes into the review or 8 minutes into the review. I guess we can go into favorites and least favorites here, unless you guys have any other overall thoughts you want to talk about right now.
You don't have any like tidbits, no interesting tidbits you think you could pull out?
I just gave all my interesting tidbits. I was just yapping for like 4 minutes straight there.
My bad.
I'm out of them.
Bro completely zoned out on you there.
No, I didn't zone out. I don't know. I know you mentioned the interesting instruments. I don't know.
The big thing is like this album is
it's just a good listen. Like I don't know how to describe it.
The songs, what I like about this album a lot too is that this, especially coming from Transmissions, this album is a breath of fresh air just because everything doesn't sound the fucking same, which I appreciate a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different styles in presentation in most of these tracks. Maybe Tanner would disagree, given his, I guess, naivety of this genre of music, or style of music, I should say. But yeah, I like that I can go into every song and I don't just feel like I'm listening to the same fucking thing over and over and over again. Like, I can listen to this album, like, on repeat, and I don't feel like I'm fucking destroying myself with it because it just feels like the same thing. There's a lot of variety within it. Especially with, like, the instrumental tracks, too. There is a good mix of instrumental and vocal tracks.
There is a spiritual similarity that these all share that I very much picked up on and kind of caused me to become bored with the album.
Bummer! Personally, that's just like the theme of the album, presumably. But I don't know. Well, I guess let's go into favorites and least favorites here. Let's start with Tanner. Well, I'm excited to hear what your like big favorite song was.
My favorite song was the 4th track on the album, Tomo ni Aruka Sono Kokoru.
Walk Along with Your Heart.
Sure. I liked this one. Was much more upbeat than a lot of the rest of the songs, which I really appreciated. It had a lot more going on in my mind as well, and I thought the vocal delivery, not like the sound of it, but like the rhythm of the vocals, reminded me a lot of Splatoon, which I liked.
Splatoon, interesting.
Yeah.
I never played Splatoon, but now that you mention it, I do kind of, I get that.
And my least favorite, there was one that did score lower than every other song, and that was the first one on the album, See You Again, which it didn't even really feel like a song to me, just kind of a collection of sound.
I mean, it's an intro track, so I guess that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Just to get you into the vibe of the album. Anywho, Tenichi.
Dude, my favorite song was the fourth one. I have no idea what it's called.
It's the same one Tanner just said. Tomini Yaruku Sono Kokoro. You guys are the same favorites. Bro's not paying attention.
I feel so bad. Yeah, dude, the like the middle part with the drums and the guitar and her just like belting into the fucking microphone. I just like I don't know. I feel like it's very typical of me to like really like passionate songs, and I could just feel like the passion in the song, and I fuck with it. I like it. And my least favorite, if I had to pick one, probably the ninth one.
Taboo.
I like the beginning, but like with most songs like this, like it gives me like that neo-noir sort of like detective vibe. And I always like the beginning with the like the jazz, but when it starts kicking up, I really don't like it. I don't like it. But I like it. I want more. I think I just like jazz, and I don't like all the Japanese shit on top of it.
I mean, would you have liked it better if it was just like an instrumental then or something? Is it just like the
100%? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. If it was just the instrumental, I would have lost my mind. It would have been my favorite.
Funny. Yeah, I like Taboo a lot, actually. I think it's a fun pace change for the album. It's very upbeat and energetic. I think it's quite good. And my favorite and least favorites, funnily enough, if you had asked me prior to listening to his album 1,000 times, I would have had the same answer as Tanner. Tomo Yaruku Sono Kokoro, okay, Walk Along With Your Heart, is the song that made me find this album and what made me even, listen to it in the first place. I found it from OS, and I played that map a billion fucking times because it's very fun. And yeah, it's just a fantastic song. It's got a really fun energy to it. I just love the pace of the drums going on too. The vocalist does a really good job. She just sounds very passionate with her singing. It's just a fun song. It's got interesting lyrics. I fuck with Tomini Yaruku Sono Kokoro. Unfortunately, it has been usurped. At this point, I would say Kawazuhime, which I think is like River Princess or something. It's like a fucking type of yokai that like lures people into rivers or something, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I fucking like that song a lot. I especially like the pace change in the middle section with the electric guitar and the pace just goes up. It just sounds so aggressive and foreboding. That shit fucking tickles my brain. I've definitely listened to that one a lot. And what's interesting too is like Walk Along With Your Heart and Kawazuhime are two of like the lower viewed ones. I don't, maybe there's some attachment to like the original song that the popular ones are arrangements for, but I don't really know why Torio and Saito no Hitomi are the two big ones on this album. I don't fully get it. I mean, I like Torio. I think it's a great song. It's very popular in OS. I know from that. I've never even heard of Saito no Hitomi prior to listening to this album though. And that was the big one. So I don't know what the connection is there. Like, I don't think they're bad or anything, but they're definitely not like standout tracks for me. And yeah, like I alluded to before, my least favorite is Seiyugen as well. Not that I dislike it. It's I think it's a good opener. It sets the vibe. I think the vocalist does a good job in it. It's just, it's a very slow-paced track that's just setting things up, so it doesn't really stand out a crazy amount to me, I wouldn't say. And this is an unfortunate thing about this album too, is I have a lot to say about a lot of these songs, mostly just because it does feel like a collection of songs to me rather than like, I mean, it is cohesive in the sense that it's like similar vibes, I would say, and that also it is, there's that through line of it being Toho arrangements, but it does feel a little segregated with all the different songs. I don't feel like I have a ton of like overarching thoughts because some of the songs are so vastly different from each other. Like you've got some like interesting instrumental with like electronic influences and like the question mark no Hanayome song, and then you've got like some upbeat like jazzy song like Taboo. It's hard to draw a comparison to that. So like I wish we were doing like a Michael Jackson thing with Thriller where we just like went song by song, but I imagine there wouldn't be a ton to say from the peanut gallery here, so I'm not even gonna attempt that. I will say some yeah, I do. What is funny though is you guys talking about the video game music thing. I do like that at the end of Saito no Hitomi. It does go into like that chiptune thing right back into the piano. Very funny, very pretty song. Any other closing thoughts here? Or are we closing out on a shorty here?
Jesus, this really was the Jackson Eggers episode, wasn't it?
I mean, you guys are welcome to fucking talk if you want to.
No, that's a compliment. You put this episode on your back.
I normally do.
I wouldn't go that far.
I feel like most of my albums I'm the one yapping like 90% of the time. You're welcome to counter that by watching the episodes and letting me know.
Yeah, probably not.
Anywho, who wants to kick off the ranks here? Tanner, hit us with that top 3.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm the lowest. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Okay. I definitely gave it a 6.
A 6 is exactly the rank I expected you to give it to Nietzsche, and personally I gave it a 7. I think it's a solid album. I like a lot of the songs. I don't think there's a ton of like crazy big hitter ones for me, but it's pretty consistently good throughout most of it. I did like some of the instrumentals too. I don't think there's like weak points or anything at all. I think it's Monogatari no, or not that one. It's Sukerayuka Rikishi, whatever the fuck that one's name is. I don't know. I definitely butchered the pronunciation of that. Song number 10. I quite like that one. It's like the lowest viewed song of the album, I'm pretty sure, or like it's one of the lowest. But I think it's really pretty. I really like those instrumentals. It's just, this is a solid ass album for me. And I'll definitely be picking some more Diao zong in the future, which will probably sound the exact fucking same to you guys as this bullshit. So look forward to that. And the overall score for Metori landed at a 5.7, which is the same rating as White Pony, and the next one above it is Ornithology, which is very funny to me because this one definitely blows Ornithology out of the fucking water for me.
I really like Ornithology.
You give it the same rank as this. They're just so vastly different types of music that it's just dumb to even like attempt to compare them. But like Ornithology has a 0.6 rating higher, so it's pretty substantial on our rating system here.
That's our job here, though. We're supposed to compare the incomparable.
Exactly, yeah. Now, Metori and White Pony give off very similar vibes, so I think it does make sense that they landed at the same spot. Anywho, Tanner, what are you picking?
Guys, I don't know if... I know Jackson heard. I don't know if he knew who this is or cared, but Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, has died this week.
Yes.
And I figured that in honor of him, we will go ahead and go with what I believe is his most famous album. And since I'm assuming Jackson doesn't know this, Ozzy Osbourne was the frontman of Black Sabbath.
Yep.
You couldn't have paid me to tell you that. I know nothing about this man.
Right. He did Crazy Train. You know that song.
I probably, if I heard it.
Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Going off the rails on a crazy train.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that hook before.
There you go. I am going to be picking the 1970 Black Sabbath album, Paranoid.
I haven't heard that one.
Dude, I haven't either.
You've heard Paranoid. It's easily his most famous song. It's got over 1 billion plays on Spotify.
This should be fun. This is going to most likely be our oldest album we reviewed for quite some time, given the average year of my picks are going to be like 2017. I don't know about Teeny Cheese.
I don't know that'll be it'll be too long until one of us picks like a Beatles album or something.
Yeah.
It definitely won't be me.
Right. Because you don't have an appreciation for the classics.
I like all sorts of older music. The problem is I just don't like it enough to want to pick it because I don't fucking listen to it that often. Like I've got older songs and I've got some albums from the 80s and 90s, but not much more than that. And I've listened to some older songs, but like not enough like, oh, like pick this album. Like there's some good standout like classic metal songs and stuff that I think are good, but not enough that I'd want to like listen to the whole album. Or like I have listened to the album, but I don't want to fucking pick it.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. That's what we're doing this time. Paranoid, one of the progenitors of the metal genre. I think Black Sabbath is often referred to as the first metal band.
Yeah.
I hope I like it.
Metallica, but
this is gonna be good.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. I mean, there's some bangers on this one. It's got Iron Man, Paranoid, and War Pigs on it.
Anyways, guys, if you're excited to listen to a review of Paranoid by Black Sabbath, then tune in next time I go up to the disco. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.